Can we just stop saying that we need to retire to something? I don't know about anybody else, but I am retiring from something. Hi, I'm Lisa. This is Retirement Countdown 1000. I am counting down my 1000 days until retirement, and this is day 990. And this is going to be a little bit of a rant more than anything else. I'm kind of tired of people saying, "What are you retiring to?" as opposed to what you're retiring from. Here's the truth. I am retiring from work. I'm retiring from work. I am not going to work anymore. I first started working as a babysitter at age 12. Don't know who thought it was a good idea to put me in charge of children at age 12, but they did. And I started covering my own expenses from that time onward. And I started paying all my household expenses when I was 19. I was in college. My dad lost his job. If I wanted to stay in college, I needed to pay for it all. So with my 59th birthday coming up pretty soon, that means I have been working for 40 or 47 years, depending on how you want to count it. And I am ready to be done. I am so looking forward to not having to rely on somebody else for a paycheck. I am so looking forward to being in command of my own days. And I am retiring from full-time paid employment. I am retiring from any kind of employment. I am retiring from work. Why is it not okay to say that? I want to compare it to graduation because I was just at a graduation a couple of weeks ago. It was for my youngest as she graduated college. I have 3 children. They have graduated all from high school, college, and one from an advanced degree. I myself have more degrees than anybody really should have, and my husband's not far behind. I've been to a lot of graduations. And here is basically what they say at every graduation. You are not graduating from college. You are beginning the rest of your life. Commencement doesn't mean the end of something. It means the beginning of something else. Give me a break. In that room with all of those students waiting to go across the stage and their parents waiting for the speaker to be over so they could take a picture of that moment, we had to listen to this speech of how commencement was the start for the rest of your life, not about endings. Okay, true on some level, but I guarantee you that every single one of those students sitting there was not thinking about how this is the start of the rest of their life. They were thinking about how this was an end. They were feeling relief because just a few days before they'd been taking their last tests and turning in their last papers. For some of them, it was probably a sure thing that they were going to graduate because their grades were so high, but I know there were more than a few, and I may have been related to one of them who was waiting for those last grades to come in to make sure that they were, in fact, walking across that stage. What they were feeling was an immense sense of relief that all of the hard work was over. They were wanting to celebrate with their friends. They were going to be celebrating with their families. They weren't spending a lot of time thinking about the rest of their lives. And I think for retirement, we need to let that be true for us as well. We need to just celebrate being done. We need to have some fun and do the things we've always wanted to do. And I realize that that is not a feeling that's going to last forever. A lot of people will talk about the honeymoon phase of retirement. It lasts somewhere between 6 months and 24 months where you just travel and maybe you do some projects and some hobbies and you just relax and you just enjoy it. But they'll say that's going to end and you need to have something that you're retiring to. But wait a minute. Why can't we just enjoy that honeymoon phase? Why can't we just enjoy those 6 months to 24 months where we get to relax, where we get to spend some time on the metaphorical beach, where we get to spend some time waking up a little bit later and just having fun, with the realization that more is coming afterwards, with the understanding that that's not going to last forever, but enjoy that moment. So I'm not retiring to anything. I am thinking about the future, the long-term future, the things I want to do, projects I might want to get involved with, what I'd like to learn, what I'd like to commit my life to doing, how I'd like to volunteer, all those different things, but not right away. After 40 years, by then it'll be almost 43 years of work, or 50 years if you want to count babysitting, I finally don't have to work for a paycheck. I finally get to relax and just be. And I want to be happy about that, not worried about creating some sort of life of meaning and purpose in the years that come after. What do you think? Do you like the idea of just enjoying that retirement honeymoon? Do you like that idea of just spending 6 months to 24 months where you get to just have fun and travel and spend time with your family and friends and doing fun things without having to think of any larger meaning and purpose? Do you intend to just live into that, or are you thinking right away to a retirement time that's structured and is serving some larger purpose and giving yourself some meaning? I think I'd like to hear from you and what you're talking about. And so put it in the comments. And if you like this video, if you want to be challenged with more things as you plan your retirement, please subscribe. I'm Lisa. I have 990 days to go, and I have lots of things I want to think about. And maybe you do too. See you next time.